What's going on today, guys? We're gonna mow some vacant lots at a subdivision today. Nothing too exciting, but it's rained a ton. I usually mow these like once a month for the guy to keep the city off of his back because they have some kind of code on how tall the grass could be or something. But let me see if I can find an example. It's pretty tall, so this will be exciting. Let me see if I can get down here. It's crabgrass, stuff like that. But yeah, it's tall. So we're gonna see how the Bobcat Predator Pro with some kind of dull blades handles this. Some extreme mowing. All right, I'll see if I can take you for a little ride along. We'll do a little extreme mowing. Some junky weed, vacant lots with the 72-inch Bobcat Predator Pro. Strap in for some exciting stuff here today. Okay, appearance on something like this, obviously nothing very critical, but a few tips for doing things like this is if you're going to bid it for somebody, I would bid it by the lot. That way, as they build on the subdivision, you can subtract that lot price from your maintenance cost. And I usually make the first few rounds on this one around the outside, all the way around, blowing the grass back into the center. That way I don't have to worry about blowing any of it in the street and having to clean that up, because I mean, obviously I'm not going to do much trimming and cleaning here. I spray the sidewalk edges and around all the service pipes there for the sewer. I mean, just real basic stuff here, man. But always do a little patrol around before you get started, because in this tall grass there could be something in there that could damage your mower. Could be some big trash that you hit and blow up everywhere and have to pick up. But nothing fancy here. And also when you get done, clean off your mower as good as you can so you don't transport all this weed seed over to another yard. I mean, it's inevitably going to happen. You can't avoid it, but don't go over there with the deck stacked full of Bahia grass seed and stuff, or you're just asking for trouble. But anyway, there you go. Some vacant lots. Let's see what we got next. Okay, I'm at this subdivision entrance here. This is the glamorous part about being a YouTube superstar, master horticulturalist, or whatever it is I said. But I've tried making some videos here in the past. It don't work out too good because of all the traffic going by. But right now, I'm walking around, picking up everybody's garbage. For some reason, everybody thinks it's cool to throw their garbage out along here. Well, I guess it is to them. Well, anyway, grass has grown like gangbusters here. I fertilized it a couple of weeks ago and it's been raining. So I got to put this thing down so I can use both hands for my garbage collection. But I got these tongs right here. They work pretty good. All right. some crazy thick grass. It actually choked the mower off. I'm gonna have to get the blower and go back and see if I can get it without the sun. Anyway, that's what it looks like. But it actually choked the mower off. I'm gonna have to go back and get the blower and fix up the big pile of grass I left in it. What I gotta do now is, this place has a lot of edging to do, but I don't want to use a stick edger because I don't want to stand over in that busy road with my, my butt out in traffic and edge it. So I'm going to use a string trimmer, stand up in the grass and actually edge it over from the grass side, which is kind of backwards of how you generally edge. But I use the Shindal speed feed heads, and it's a real long run here. So what I'll do is I'll fill up the string trimmer and cut me off a section of string to take with me in case I run out way out there, and I'll have it in my pocket. I'm going to try to set the corn pod up to show you some Supreme Weed Eater edging action, right? Edging action. As predicted, I ran out of string on this, so I'm gonna show you I'm gonna try to do it laying down in the ground here where you can see it. That's how you load the speed feed head. It just simply threads through there. No, it's not threading through there. What the hell? Pressure's on. Got it lined up. Simply threads through. There it goes. Pull it out even. And crank it on. I usually use bigger string line, but they didn't have any when I went. So I got the 09, I think it's 095. Usually use the 105. It seems to be fine. You can get a lot more string on the thing at one time. But anyway, speed feed head. Okay, we're gonna go on back in the neighborhood here. I got 3 to do. All of them are covered in walker. 2 of them have opted not to participate in my YouTube shenanigans. They don't want to be on YouTube. Anyway, well, we're gonna, the last one I go to back here, I will put on YouTube, and that's the one that I put the fertilizer stripes in last week. We'll see if we've got them remedied. Stay tuned. That's a man's sippy cup right there, John Perry. Well, 5 hopper loads later, I got it mowed. Oh, it's blowing out back there. There we go. I sprayed this with change up, I'm thinking June maybe, but his weeds are back with a vengeance. We've talked about it, and we're gonna Celsius this yard. I think I'm gonna have to come back in a few days and do it though, because I want some of this stuff, these weeds, to have a chance to get some more surface area on them. I don't know if you see them in there, but anyway, doing a lot of grass growing over here. Okay, now I'm back at my terrible yard. I kind of talked about this in another video, but I got a very mixed Bahia grass and Bermuda grass yard from, well, probably about right there back toward the house was mixed Bahia and Bermuda. And so I sprayed the mixed area, and width of my sprayer, I didn't have the guts to kill the whole yard. So about 10 feet of into the Bahia grass area with MSM about 4th of July. And as you can see, that 10 feet is closed up to almost all the way in some spots, like right here. But it was a definite 10-foot line, and then the other had a lot of spots in it. But you can see that's starting to fill in too. I don't know if any of you saw the last video and remembered, but I got a late start on it, but it's kind of doing better. So I might go ahead and go all in and whack it next spring and do the whole yard. But you can see there's my definite line. But there was hardly any Bermuda grass at all in that area. That's mostly bahia grass. But anyway, that's just that. But there's some of my, those are vincas or periwinkles is what we call them around here. And they're annual, but they have a seed on them that germinates and fills back in every year, almost like a perennial. So there's my vitex tree. It took a beating in the winter and died back to the ground and grew back out of the ground. But I had just put it in last year, so I'm waiting on that to do something. Knockout roses. I'm going to show you my little garden down here in the fence I've been working on. Don't mind the bad non-paint job on my fence now. But anyway, here's my little garden I've been working on. It's mostly perennials and some annuals. And I like this thing back here. This is that's a hibiscus. I'm gonna flip the camera around and just film this stuff. Hang on, don't go nowhere. Here's my little perennial garden. Some of the worst looking rose bushes on the planet right there. But got my purple cone flower across the back of it. Some black-eyed Susans right there. The vincas seeded up in here again. It's like amaryllis actually. Alright, here's my hibiscus. It's just starting its second round of blooms, but there's some on it right there. This is a perennial hibiscus. It comes back every year, and it'll fill up with blooms 2 or 3 times a year. There's big flowers right there, and they close up at night. It's pretty cool. See my pots up here. My pots going on. This is my herb garden. Got some thyme and some oregano and basil. But I got it right next to my kitchen out here. It's a mess, don't look at it. But there's some more of my pots out there. Anyway, nothing too exciting. This is my 419 Bermuda grass, looking fair. I need to mow it. That's a hydrangea over in the corner. It's not blooming right now. All right, I'll flip it back around. Talk to you a little more. All right, guys. I appreciate you journeying around with me a little bit today and seeing a little bit of what I had going on. I always like to show you guys a little bit of something I'm doing. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe. I appreciate you guys watching, and I love to hear your comments. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.